the transformation of Tunisia is far from complete, and President Marzuki must now face the realities of power. Mr. President, can you hear me?
Hello, how are you, Mr. Assange?
It is very nice to see you.
You know, I have always been very admiring of the job you have done, and I think really I wish you the best, you know, and if you never have some problems, you will be welcome in Tunisia.
Thank you. So you were imprisoned back in 1993, and I was in prison in 2010. But this experience was very interesting for me, how to survive solitary confinement. And I think perhaps everyone should go through this experience just once. Can you tell me how you survived prison?
Well, you know, I just spent 4 months in solitary confinement. So, but Hamadi Jbali, which is the prime minister in Tunisia, spent more than 10 years in solitary confinement, and I always admired him. I never understood how he could, you know, survive to this kind of experience. But because after just 4 months, I was just talking to myself. You know, I really got crazy. I went crazy because, you know, when you have just to talk to yourself and to be alone with yourself all this time, it's a terrible experience. This is why I think it's a kind of psychological torture, because after just 4 months, I was just talking to myself, you know, I really got crazy.
Thank you. So
اسمحوا لي أن أنسحب لأن هناك الكثير من
لن تمروا أبدا
الاستراتيجية الوطنية للحد من المخاطر والتصرف في الكوارث السياسية. شكرا جزيلا. وأنه مسؤول عن العديد من السرقات. احنا استطعنا بونتي ديفين. تو معقول هذا نتكلم في التليفون شكلك حيادي يا نادية
How to identify symptoms of mental illness in a friend. Mental illness doesn't mean that your friend is crazy, but it does mean that they need treatment. Here's how to spot the warning signs. You will need careful observation of your friend, courage to talk to them, and support. Optional, a counselor or physician. Even if you see symptoms in your friend, only a medical professional can actually diagnose them. Step 1. Observe if your friend experiences extreme mood swings without anything provoking them, or if they have persistent feelings of sadness over time. These can be signs of mood disorders, with bipolar disorder and depression being the most common. Keep in mind that some symptoms can be temporary reactions to stress or grief, not signs of mental illness. Step 2. Observe their levels of anxiety. If they have a persistent inability to relax or sleep, lack concentration, are easily agitated, and have muscle tensions or a rapid heartbeat over a period of at least 6 months, those may be signs of an anxiety disorder. Step 3. Ask yourself if your friend hears or sees things that are not real or experiences delusions. Psychotic disorders involve a distorted way of thinking and awareness. Step 4. Ask yourself if your friend has exhibited any erratic, unusual, or inappropriate behavior in work, school, or social relationships, seems disinhibited in front of others, or is anxious and afraid around others. These can be symptoms of a number of personality disorders. Step 5. Ask yourself if your friend has been performing compulsive, ritualistic behavior, or unnecessary repetitive actions, like constant hand washing or checking things repeatedly. Step 6. Check to see if your friend exhibits evidence of self-harm or self-inflicted wounds, like cutting or scratching. Also, notice if your friend has become extremely thin or has expressed excessive negative attitudes and emotions about weight or food. Eating disorders, like anorexia nervosa and bulimia, are classified as mental illnesses. Step 7. Ask yourself if your friend has any indications of drug or alcohol abuse. Step 8. If your friend has exhibited any of these symptoms continually or over several months, it may indicate that they have a mental illness. Talk to them in a supportive way and suggest that they see a qualified physician or counselor for advice or help. Did you know? A Stanford University study found that graduate students in creative disciplines shared more personality traits with a set of bipolar patients than with a group of their healthy but non-creative peers.